G'day, I'm Fae le Friz. I'm an author in outback Western Queensland. I have 2 Dalmatians that I trained to be my working stock dogs, in part because I needed to justify why drunk me agreed to the first one, and in second because my debut novel was actually about a bush kid off at boarding school who accidentally ends up with a Dalmatian as his working stock dog, and he's like, well, I gotta commit, I better train her up. And I'm very competitive, so I was like, if I'm gonna write a story about this, I need to have some basis, which is how we ended up with my 2, more or less learning how to be yard dogs. My older dog Havoc, she's pretty handy in a yard only. I do need to stipulate she is only a yard dog. In the paddock, no, she's doing her best. Tempest, meanwhile, my younger dog, the lights are on. No one's home. The lights are flickering. And look, if she's following another dog, she thinks that this is the greatest game ever, and she'll hook in and she'll have a go, and she looks like she's doing a good job, but really she's just copying what the other dog is doing, which nothing wrong with that, except for the part where I have just had to retire Havoc. She's got a heart murmur, so I was like, well, we probably shouldn't exacerbate. We shouldn't make this worse. So no more livestock for Havoc. So she's had her last go on sheep, and she only had a couple of goes on cattle. I didn't really. Again, she's a yard dog, not a paddock dog, so she only had a couple of goes on cattle. But what's happened is one of my brothers, my 18-year-old brother, said, wouldn't it be cool if we put our brother's good working dog over this bitch we've got at home? And unfortunately, that was successful. And I say unfortunately because none of us knew that the bitch was pregnant. And a pregnant dog, it's really obvious. But it wasn't with this one. Mum fed her Monday night, came into town, went back out the next day to have to double check the animals because she's going to be away for a bit. And she's come and found these puppies in the bitch's pen, and which she's just like, do we need to change your name to Mary? Immaculate conception. Anyway, so we have 4 puppies. They are adorable. And I was like, oh, well, there's an opportunity here. I need a new working dog now that I'm starting to grow my mob. Also, I need puppy photos for promo pictures for my next book. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. So I was like, oh, this is either going to be a free puppy or a cheap puppy because, my brothers all got their dogs through trades and thought I was silly as a wheel for paying what I did for my 2. My 2 are purebred Dalmatians, and I did not pay purebred Dalmatian prices. So I'm very happy with the prices I paid for the spots. No issues with it. And my breeder, good breeder. No issues at all. My issue is with my brothers because they have all decided to keep these puppies. So now there are no free puppies. And I have made all these plans and I have accumulated all of this stuff, and now my house is bedecked and ready and waiting, and they'd already claimed the bitch, so there was just the dog pups left. So I was like, okay, Bard it is. Havoc, Tempest, Bard. If you can figure out what that connection is, we're gonna be mates. So now, 36 hours before I was set to pick up Bard and start working with my new working dog, now there is no Bard. So we will return to my original plan, which was to see what Dogs for Jobs have around November. Because there's always puppies around November, December, January. And we've got our wet season during that time period. So I was like, huzzah, I won't have as much work. Therefore, I'll be able to spend time working on these puppies. Yep. Anyway, like and subscribe. The idea is to become YouTube paid so we can fix fences and cover the costs of my vet bills. And write more books.